Hi guys! So I'm going to do a video that's kind of a thrift store haul, but it's really centered around stuff for the craft. A lot of people complain that they don't have money to do some stuff, and I know there's a ton of these videos out here, but this one is specifically for my blog that I'm doing. So I wanted to show you some stuff that I got. I had $14 that I won at bingo last night. $14 to my name, and I spent less than that on all of this stuff. And I got a lot of stuff for some upcoming crafts, and then some stuff that was unexpected. First thing that I came across, and the thrift store that I went to was the Salvation Army, and the reason why we stopped was because it was 15% off of everything in the store. So everything that I got, I paid half price for, which that's the best time to go to a thrift store, and Salvation Army does that all the time. Goodwill, they have where they have the colored stickers and the colored tags that are half off, but you have to hit those just right, because you go in the store and then you see those things that you want and they're not always half off. Then you end up getting them anyways, because you know the likelihood that they'll be there the next time, or the likelihood that the next day it'll even be there is zilch, so you end up spending more money. So I don't really like going into Goodwill very often. I really only hit the thrift stores, and I wait for it, I'm patient. I really hit the thrift stores when it's those 50% off days, because those are just amazing. So the first thing that I found, that I actually was not looking for this, but when I saw it, I knew exactly what I had to do with it. It is this cute jar with a red lid and a red glittery ribbon. It was, you can see that, $2.49, and so I paid $1.25 for it. And I'm going to make a witch's bottle out of this, and I'm going to do it for a love spell. I'm going to put love stuff in here. Been kind of on a love spell, love kick, so obviously this came into my life for a reason. And then to go with it, I found these paper heart doilies. There's some pink ones, some white ones, and red ones, and they're various sizes. They were $1.19, so that made them about 60 cents. So I can put some of those in there. And then there was also, for $1.19, pink star tissue sheets. I imagine they're going to be more like cellophane stuff. So maybe I'll put those on the inside with some hearts. Who knows? Who knows what I'll use this for? You can find craft supplies at Salvation Army and thrift stores and stuff like that. The next thing that I found that I've actually been on a quest for, something for Mayon, because that's coming up really soon, and I may do a tutorial about this, and well, I am going to do a tutorial on this, but whether or not it is a video tutorial or a text and picture tutorial will vary greatly. It's probably going to start out a picture and text tutorial, but if there's a part of it that becomes too intensive to explain, it might be tricky to watch, I may split it up into 3 parts, because you watching me do this during my ritual will be a little weird. I always, for my Mayon ritual, part of it is making a tree, and I always do the tree part beforehand, because then it makes my ritual all day, and that gets, other things get in the way. So I was looking for a base for my tree, and I thought maybe doing a vase or a vase, for those of you who pronounce it that way, would be a good idea, but I wanted to plant it. I wanted a little pot, and I don't want a big tree. I want a little tree. And I keep this up, for those of you who've never heard of this or don't know, because it might not be for everybody, I just call it my Mayon tree, and what it is you take a branch and you put it in a pot, and you attach little pieces of paper to it with the string or ribbon. I'm going to use ribbon, and I use just a regular index card, and I cut them in half, and so that's just little. Don't want anything extremely long, don't want a long list on there, but I just fold it in half, and then I cut it, and then I fold that part in half, so it's half of this, but on the lines I write something that I want to get done. Clean my room, write that journal entry, practice astral projection, meditate more, something for that day, for the day, doing, something that has to get done in that day, and I put a time frame, like day to do it, a week to do it, whatever. And every time I have some free time, anytime I have some free time, you're supposed to pick one of those off the tree and then do it, and it's supposed to keep you busy throughout the dark months, which are the winter months where you can't go outside and play, stuff to do indoors. But I've done it since I was a little girl, and I love it. But I was looking for something, and this just happened to kind of find me. It's already painted, and it's very pretty, but it's more floral and more springtime. This would be perfect for something for planting on Ostara. So I actually might save it for that, because terracotta pots are really inexpensive. Now that I think about it, this might be better for Ostara. So I was just going to paint over it. Now I've got a conundrum on my hands. What to do. Anyways, we'll go back to the video. We'll debate about that later when I'm not making a video. So the next thing that I got was this big jar. And it was $2.50 originally. So I paid $1.25 for it, and this is a kick in the pants, really, because I love Walmart. We actually got Walmart bags, reusable Walmart bags, because the gentleman that was bringing us out, he's like, I don't have bags, but I have these Walmart bags if you want them. And I was like, I will take that full stack. Give me reusable bags over plastic bags that pollute the earth that I worship, But the kick in the pants is, at Walmart, you can go to the candle section. I love candles. You can go to the candle section and get candles in these little jars for $1. This one I think was black cherry. It doesn't smell like it anymore. Sometimes when you open the jars, they still smell like the candle that used to be in them. But you get them for $1. And it doesn't take too long for them to burn out. But then you scrape out the wick and you soak the jar in water. I do it overnight, but it only takes like an hour at most. And then use a washcloth and soak it off and soak the barcode off. And you have a jar, nice cute little jar that's airtight, sealable, for your practice. So, I mean, for $1.50 I got a candle in a jar, literally. I got a candle in an herb jar. So that's not too bad. It's 50 cents for a candle, 50 cents for a jar. But for 75 cents more, I got this big jar, and I didn't have to burn the candle out of it. So you win some, you lose some. The next thing that I got, and I don't know if I have leftover prosperity oil, or I can't remember if I did a spell a while ago, but 18 4-inch household all-purpose candles, and they're all like a they're yellow-white. It says, in case of blackout or for emergencies. It was going to cost me $3.50, half of $3.50, so it was going to cost me $8.75. And the gentleman, when he went to go ring it up, they all spelled out. They all did this, and now there's one missing. And we tried to collect them all. It wasn't a big of a deal, but apparently there might have been one missing to begin with. So he actually just gave these to me. He didn't charge me for these. So I got that for free. And now that I think about it, I only paid $6 for all my purchases. and I got a lot more than 6 things, so I think he didn't charge me for a couple of things. Maybe he thought I was pretty, or maybe I just, the prosperity spell worked, that I didn't quite know was running. The next thing, and these are probably my favorites, I got a book, War and Peace, it's Tolstoy, and it's really old. I love old books, but I was looking for a book, an older book with yellowed pages to decoupage one of the papers, decorate one of the pages in my Book of Shadows. And I was looking and I was looking and I was looking, and I didn't really want to destroy an old book. I hate doing that. I love books, they're precious to me. It's a Spanish book about the circus. It's paperback. It was originally 50 cents. I think he gave this to me. But it's perfect. Yellow pages with text, and there's elephants, there's circus creatures, dancing dogs. I know that you guys don't know that much about me, but that totally belongs to my Book of Shadows, Dancing Dogs. And it says Fashion for the Artist, so that's the title of the article that goes for the fat bearded lady. I can't wait for that to be in my Book of Shadows. I really can't. And there's this cute story back here called The Cock and the Pearl. I love it. Love it. So I was really excited that I found that. Put that over there. And then the last thing, and this is probably my favorite out of all of the stuff that I got in him. Absolute favorite find. Can't believe I found it. I wasn't actually looking for it, but really it was the best thing that happened. The Gruesome Guide to Wild Monsters. It's a children's book with folklore in it. But the imagery. These pages, I'm going to tear all these pages out because the book binding's already coming apart anyways. But these are all going in my Book of Shadows. These are going to be the pages that I use to put spells on. I'm actually going to scrapbook style all of these pages and use them as backgrounds. Look at that. 2-page layout. I got this book for $1 and it was originally $20. But I love the artwork. And then there's 2. I can't wait to use this one for a health spell. I'm gonna use that one for a health spell. There's a couple of other images that I want to show you specifically. Besides the cat and the zombie, those are the 2. There's another one. I can find it. Oh, this. I love skulls. I love the graphics. But there's skulls here. Skulls over here. It's so weird. It's like a mirror. Skulls here. I don't know. I loved it. It's totally me. I love the creepy ear monsters. What is that? Oh, skeleton. Skeleton riding a horsey. Definitely me. Definitely something that I would have. So, and then he called me Owl Girl. He's like, okay, he's like, you have a good day, make sure you bring in your smile next time, Owl Girl. So, thank you for free stuff on the cheap. So sometimes you can get a nice cashier that'll help you out if you're, having money issues. Obviously, if you're in a secondhand store, they kind of know you're not willing to spend $1 million. But then I went to the craft store, and with some coupons, I was able to pick up some nice stuff for my Mayon tree. I'm going to take the branch and cover it in glue, and then I'm going to cover it in black glitter. So I want it to look like it's really been through a lot. I want it to, California has a lot of fires, and we're still in fire season, and so I kind of want it to look like a charred stick, like it's really been through a lot and it's weary, and and then I got some very cute, I like the title, it's called Trendy Tape, but it's the washi tape, and it's chevron print. I love chevron print. Oh, you can see the pattern up here. To match that, because I have black ribbon, so it's going to be the black tree, the black this. I promise I won't make this all black. Maybe I'll add some color in there somewhere. Some white, black and white. Snow. I don't know. So that's all I got. But I spent $6 on all that stuff. My total was $6.65. Spent $6 on all that stuff, and that's just one way that you can save money while finding stuff, while buying stuff for your craft. I mean, I got stuff for my Book of Shadows. I got candles for my altar. I got jars for my spells. If I want to make herb jars, a spell bottle, a witch's bottle, something to put plants in. I got books. You can find like all sorts of books on the craft sometimes. I don't understand why you find Wicca books at the secondhand bookstores and stuff like that. Don't get me wrong, I'm all for it. I love it when I can find a book that I like. But why would you get rid of your books if you're the crafts? I mean, maybe if you change religions for whatever reason. But I'm on the hunt. This is what I'm looking for. Plant book on edible flowers. They actually have edible flowers at the store now, so I got some. But I want a book about them. So I'm on the hunt for that. If anybody finds me at a secondhand store, I would be delighted if you wanted to part with it. I would be delighted to buy it off your hands. But yeah, I got crafting supplies, books, jars, craft stuff, all under $6. This stuff, these cost me $3 each, so I spent $6 at the craft store. So I spent $12 on stuff for my craft. It's not a whole lot. You can collect, in California, you can collect cans and turn in money for that much. So it's another thing. But yeah, I'm full of tons of ways to save money because I'm a really big cheapskate. So if you have any questions or comments, or want to share your stories about stuff that you get at the thrift store, I would love for video responses. That would be awesome. I'd love to meet fellow people of the craft and talk to you and shoot ideas off of you on cute ways to save money, or awesome things that you can do. If you're interested in the Mayon tree project, let me know. I would love to bounce some ideas off of you on that too. That would be great. Or just talk about it. Or if you're interested in doing it, you can subscribe, and whether or not I post the tutorial part of it, or I just post like a finished project and talk about what I did, I'll do a vlog for you on that if you're really interested in it, if you'd really like to see it. I'll post the link to my blog in the information also, so that you can follow my blog, and when I post the tutorial on it, if you'd like to do it. I'm going to do it here in a couple of days so that some people can do it in time for Mayon as well. So if you'd like to read that, that'll be up soon. If you guys have any comments, questions, or anything like that, feel free to comment. Until next time.